Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, ladies. How is everybody doing? This is just a little quick bonus episode because I felt quite inspired today. So today I met a lovely lady, I don't know her name, and I I told about my podcast, and hopefully you're listening to this, whoever you are. And I went for a scan on my leg, so I've got to have my little pre-op because I've got to have my veins done soon. And we were talking about, it's weird, I feel like sometimes we are meant to meet people. I feel like sometimes, I always know these feelings because as soon as I start to speak to somebody, I feel like it's divine timing. I felt like that person needed to meet you that day. You needed to meet that person. You needed to make impact. You needed to just your presence, because I have these moments all the time. I feel like I connect with people, but I feel like I'm like the universe has brought me to somebody, and it happens quite a lot, but I always remember it, and that's why I'm doing this podcast, because I thought, you know what, when something I think about it since it happened. I think about it a lot, and one thing that we talked about, we were just talking about business and what I did, and just a general chit chat, and because I always see when people want more from life, like when people love what they do, but also want to aspire to other things. Maybe they're not feeling as challenged, or because we all have to work, we all have to earn our money, and you might be, I've spoken about this before, you might be in your job by default or design, and what that means is you fell into that job by default. It's not really something you want to do, maybe it's kind of what you want to do, or you've kind of just led to that job, or if you're living your life by design like I am, I've created everything, but I have fell into a lot of it by default, like the podcasting, but I love it. I love what I do. So I've let the universe take me to where it wants to take me. And I always said this when I'm manifesting, like with the podcast, like I always say to the universe, like, show me what's possible. What am I meant to do? And it always comes back to teaching and coaching. Like I always end up like helping people, supporting people, and not even in like a paid way, in a way that influences people, the way that I talk to people, the way that I listen to the podcast, or somebody does one of my courses. And we spoke about imposter syndrome. You know, that little voice that just creeps in that says, who am I to do this? I'm not good enough yet. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what job you do, how far you've come, or what you've achieved. That voice can sneak in at any level. But here's the truth. You are qualified by your experiences. You are worthy because of who you are, not just what you have done on paper. And this conversation today reminded me how powerful it is when women connect, even if it's just for a few minutes in a waiting room. I'm not sure if she was a mum or not. Yes, obviously a lot of women listen to the podcast. You don't have to be a mum, because you might be wanting to be a mum, you might not want to be a mum. Manifesting and self-development is for everyone, but as a mum with a child with additional needs, a lot of my audience, I support a lot of women that have children with additional needs, that I'm going to like be an advocate for those women. It's just like when you meet people and feel like you've connected in a way that, I've met so many women that have become like my friend Nicola. We started working together, and we did the podcasting, and then we did the book. She published a book, and then like we speak every day now. It become more than just like, an exchange, just that I thought we was going to work together for a bit. It ended up being a really good friendship and a really strong friendship. So it just goes to show you don't know who you are going to meet in life and what age you're going to meet people, because I've met people over the years and they've made such a difference on my life. So if you're listening to this and you've been doubting yourself, take this as your sign. You are exactly where you need to be. You are doing amazing and the world needs your magic just as you are. And to the lovely lady that I met today, thank you for that reminder and that beautiful chat, because it just makes my day when I speak to people. And I saw an absolutely beautiful person, which I thought had probably a lot of confidence. And sometimes we do have confidence, but we're always going to have doubts. And where those doubts come from could be from belief coding from your past, from parents, your partner, friends, because you might be in a friendship group, you're in a workplace, and nobody wants to do growth. Everybody wants to keep you at the same level because people don't expect you to grow and do more. And you've always hid yourself in that little box and you've not wanted to explore that box and open it out. My Pandora's box opened at 40. Kid, I've done hairdressing all my life and fitness, and I turned 40. I ended up being an author. I ended up doing a podcast. I self-taught myself, and I thought, you know what? No, I'm not going to let anybody get in my head and I didn't tell anybody I was doing what I was doing. There was no soft launch. I just launched it. It was a hard launch, bang, out there. I published a book and I've done a podcast because I worry about people and what they're going to say. And then the imposter syndrome does creep in. We all get imposter syndrome. It might be on a smaller scale, might be on a larger scale, but it's how we can recognise that. And every time we do something, we become more confident, and then we're able to do it again. And that little imposter syndrome that's on your shoulder, I call it the mind monkeys, they shrink and shrink and shrink. Imposter syndrome shows up in so many ways. It can make you question your abilities, doubt your success, or feel like you've just been winging it while everyone else has it figured out. But the reality is, imposter syndrome often hits the most capable, hardworking, and self-aware people. It's not a sign that you are failing. It's usually a sign that you are growing. And every time you step into a new level, whether that's a new role, business, or chapter in your life, your mind wants to pull you back to safety. That's what imposter syndrome really is. Your brain's way of saying, this feels unfamiliar, so I'm going to protect you. But we can thank that voice for trying to keep us safe and still choose to move forward anyway. Because confidence doesn't come first, action does. So next time that voice creeps in, remind yourself, you're not an imposter, you're evolving, you're not faking it, you're learning, and you're not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Because if we don't evolve, we don't learn, and it comes with age. And I talk like I'm old. I'm not that old, but I had a lot of confidence at 30. But within business and what I do now, my confidence is completely at another level because I've taught myself further. I've published a book, I've spoke, I've done articles, I've wrote things, I've worked with people, I've done masterclasses, I've pitched in a room of like how many people. And then I did my public speaking course. So I've done things, added things on. Even it's just doing a little bit of self-development and courses. I always say, go and find some. I've just done my digital marketing course, and there's so many. I've done courses on Centre of Excellence. There's some really reasonable priced courses, and actually you can get a code if you go on Google, and you can actually get like 25% off. Go and even if you just do something for you, or go and learn a new skill, because then it's going to like bash that imposter syndrome, because you don't have to tell people you're doing it. You can just do it and then grow again. Then do something else and do something else. So you've got that confidence to think, you know what, I'm going to do something. And I always say to people, yeah, we're in a job and you might have a full-time job and you want to do something else. So you can still do it. Time block. And if you've no children, you haven't got any extra responsibilities. Because if you've got time for you to do it, then it's just about sacrificing that time, your lunch break, just to research and read and listen to podcasts. That's what I've done. I've had to do this with my business and my son, and being a wife and doing everything that I do. We're all capable of just up-leveling and just growing and evolving. I want to finish off by sharing 5 simple things you can do when imposter syndrome hits to help you ground yourself and get back into your power. So number 1, acknowledge it. Don't fight it. Notice a thought instead of shaming yourself for having it. Say to yourself, okay, this is imposter syndrome talking. Naming it takes away its power. Number 2, collect your evidence. Write down the times you've succeeded, the compliments, the wins, the challenges you've overcome. Keep them somewhere you can look back on when doubt creeps in. You've already done hard things. This is just another one. Number 3, talk about it. The chat I had today reminded me of how healing is to share openly. When we speak our fears out loud, we realise how many others feel the same. You're not alone, and connection builds confidence. Number 4, focus on progress, not perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next step. Confidence grows from action, not waiting until you feel ready. And number 5, remind yourself who you are. You're not just your job title, your follow account, or your to-do list. You're a woman with stories, experiences, and resilience. You've done amazing things before, and you'll do them again. So when imposter syndrome hits, I like to say this affirmation: I am qualified by my experiences, not by my doubts. Keep going, keep showing up, and the world needs your magic exactly as you are. So just a small episode today, not like me, but yeah, short and sweet, and I will leave it there. So anyway, have a great day, whatever you're doing, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my linktree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together, it's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.